Hey, Leadheads. Welcome back to another episode of the Talking Lead Podcast. This is episode 310. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you Leadheads have had a great week since we talked last. If you didn't get a chance to go back to last episode, check out episode 309, where our guests were Abby Bartosh of Honor Flight and our good buddy and fellow Leadhead, Nick Dooley with Dooley Defense. Another great nonprofit organization. So go back, check out that episode, and we had some giveaways that we were doing during that episode as well. This episode, I think you guys are going to really enjoy. We've got Maxim Defense talking about their new PDX, their personal defense weapon. It's a very small, compact, like under 19 inches overall length. Very cool, and then they've got a break and a buttstock that we're going to be talking about too, so you're going to enjoy that one. And then right after that, got a couple of former Army guys from Charlie Troop 37 Cav joining me, and they're going to be sharing some stories with us from their time over in Iraq. So you don't want to miss this episode. It's going to be awesome. Don't have a lot of announcements for you this episode, but I do have a couple. So before we get into those interviews, real quick, have a correction that I want to make. I had given improper credits to a post from last week. We were talking about a post for the TVT, for the Modern Spartan Systems giveaway that we're doing for their cleaning kit and TVT engine oil additive. And I had wrongly given Austin, Leadhead Austin, credit for a post that Alex Kellums had done. So Alex, I apologize for that, but you can thank Austin for correcting me on that. He had sent me an email. But true to form, Austin went and stepped up and he made his own post. So there you go. He has one now. So he is properly entered into the Modern Spartan Systems cleaning kit and TVT engine oil additive giveaway. We're going to be giving 2 of those away. And we've got a lot of giveaways. If you're just now joining us, you've skipped ahead, you've missed all our other episodes, go back starting in episode 300. We've got a lot of giveaways that we're doing. We've got giveaways from Keltec, we've got giveaways from Glock, got giveaways from 1776 United, from Rat's Tourniquets, from Armament Systems and Procedures, ASP, Modern Spartan Systems, all kinds of cool giveaways, Safariland, X-Steel Targets. So you want to get caught up, find out what you got to do to win. I'm not going to be giving anything away this episode, so if you're just listening to see if you won something, I'll go ahead and spoil it. I'm not giving anything away this episode. I'm getting ready for our next episode. I'm really excited about our next episode. It's going to be with the author, former Navy SEAL, Jack Carr. Jack Carr has written a couple of books. He wrote The Terminal List, and he wrote True Believer. So you guys can thank Leadhead Jason Farmer for setting this up. Jason had sent me an email a while back saying, hey, would love to hear Jack Carr on the show. And I was like, hey, sounds cool, man. Won't you set that up? and he did. True to form with you Leadheads, you follow through, you do what you say, and we're getting him on. He's going to be on the next episode, and Jason is going to join us on this interview. He's going to help co-host with me, and then also joining us is going to be Charlie Melton. So I thought it would be cool to have a Navy SEAL interviewing a Navy SEAL. So that's going to be a great episode. Former Navy SEAL sniper and author Jack Carr on the show. Not going to be doing any Jack Wagons or Leadhead Brigade heroes this week either, but keep those coming in. I've been receiving your nominations. Next episode, we're going to go over those. I know there's been a lot going on recently. The NRA, there's been some people resign from the board there. You guys have probably seen that. One of those guys was actually here from Tennessee. So we're going to get caught up on all that and everything next couple of episodes. But keep them coming in. If you got Jack Wagon nominations, you got Leadhead Brigade Hero nominations, email those to me, talkingled@gmail.com, and we'll add those to the list. Also, last episode, I had extended an invitation that if any of you Leadheads wanted to be on the show, kind of like we did a few episodes back when we were doing the nominations for our new segment, the Leadhead Brigade Heroes, which I changed the name, is Lefty's Heroes. I talked about that last episode too. But anyway, I want to get a panel together. We're going to do another live show with just you lead heads. And for our pilot for the Lead Force One, we've got a lot of great nominations on that. And I want to get a panel. Like I said, I want to get a panel together, and we're going to narrow that down. So the panel that I get together, we're going to go through all the names. We're going to narrow it down to the top like 3 or 4 or so. And then we're going to put that list on social media like we did last time and let you lead heads vote on that for the winner. So if you're interested, shoot me an email. You got some more time. talkingled@gmail.com. Put in the subject, I want to be on the show, something along those lines. And then I'll be in touch with you if you get chosen for that. So several of you have sent that in already. I've been in touch with you. So looking for, try to get, 4 to 5 of you lead heads on there. Can't get too many. Don't want to get it too disruptive. But it'll be fun. So I'm looking forward to that too. And speaking of the Lead Force One, I got an email from one of you lead heads. Leadhead Mark Peck, had sent me an email. His email says, "Hi, Lefty. My wife laughed at my situation and wanted me to share it with you. We were listening to the episode, and when you ran through the Glock contest, we got a good laugh because I nominated Russell Case, which he's the fictional character from Independence Day, played by Randy Quaid, the Cuckoo Dad. But he was actually the hero of that movie. If you ever watched the movie, you know that he was the actual hero of Independence Day, not Will Smith. But anyway, goes on to say, and you guys laughed and joked about it. And she nominated John McClane from Die Hard, and you guys laughed about it too. Then when you started naming the submissions for the drawing, you didn't name me. I yelled on my phone for missing me. Then you said if you didn't name someone, it was because they did it wrong. So she started laughing at me. So sorry about that. Then to add insult to injury, she won the damn prize. So, I mean, that's still pretty good. He kept it in the family. She laughed her head off, and I pretended to pout about it, but I'm glad she won. Well, and Amber Peck was our winner last episode. She won the first $75 Glock gift card. Hopefully she'll share that with you, man. Just sweet talk her, buy her some dinner or something, and maybe she'll share a little bit of that with you. But thank you for that email, and I'm sorry for overlooking you, but yes, you did do it right. I did go back and I double-checked, and you were right, and I just overlooked it, man. I'm sorry, and I do that sometimes. So, guys, if you catch me in an error, just shoot me an email, let me know, and I'll try to correct it. But we've got several more nominees since that last time, and we're going to go over those in that episode when I get you lead heads together. It's not going to be next episode. Like I said, we got Jack Carr on, the author. He wrote the author of The Terminal List and his new book. We're going to talk about his new book. I don't think I went over this when I was talking about it. True Believer. So that's going to be a great episode. Next episode, make sure you guys tune in for that. You don't want to miss it. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. That's kind of the brevity of this show. I don't have a lot of announcements for you guys. But just keep following us on social media. Keep up with our posts. I'm going to make a post on Instagram and Facebook, and you guys can post your questions for Jack. Okay. So be looking for that, or you can email them to me also, talkingled@gmail.com, and just put in their questions for Jack, and we'll get those posed. We'll read them to Jack on air, and yeah, I mean that's it. So as always, make sure you go and show some love for all the sponsors and friends of the Talking Lead podcast, especially for our 300th episode celebration giveaway that we've been doing since episode 300. 1776 United. They put up 4 gift cards. We've given all those away. ASP, Armament Systems and Procedures, ASP USA, put up 3 XTDF flashlight kits. We've given 2 of those away. We've got one more of those to give away. We've got the Glock gift cards that I just mentioned. We've got 2 more of those to give away. Rats Tourniquets, we've been giving those away. Good buddy Jeff Kirkham over at Rats Tourniquets, really appreciate that. The Modern Spartan Systems, got 2 cleaning kits that we're putting up for giveaways for that. And don't forget to use that discount code that we gave 2 episodes ago, that you get 15% off your purchase from Modern Spartan Systems, and 15% will go towards the support of Camp Patriot. We had them on, like I said, 2 episodes ago. Make sure you go back, episode 308, listen to that. Use these discount codes when I give them to you guys. This is another way that our sponsors and friends of the show know that they're hearing you on the Talking Lead podcast. So use those discount codes when we give them to you. Take advantage of them. A lot of them are exclusive just to you lead heads. And, our big giveaways, Dooley Defense has put up a 22 suppressor. Good buddy Nick Dooley, which we had on last episode with Honor Defense. 22 caliber silencer from Rebel Silencers, and that's going to be awesome. So you got to go back to the previous episodes. I'm not going to go through all what you got to do for each one of these. Go listen to the previous episodes and you'll find out. And then X Steel Targets has put up a set of AR-500 steel gongs. Haven't released details on that giveaway yet, but that's coming soon. And, of course, the big one, the big papa, from our sponsors, Keltec, KeltecWeapons.com, the CP33 pistol. Yes, that's right. The CP33 22 long pistol that they've got, competition pistol. That's going to be an awesome giveaway, and we're still ironing out the details on how we want to give that away, but that's coming. So keep listening. Keep listening to find out what you're going to have to do to win that. And, of course, all local, state, federal laws apply. Don't expect to win this if you can't legally own this, because you're not going to get it, okay? It's just the way it is. I have no control over that. But it's going to be good. And we got all these other awesome giveaways and prizes that we're doing. So take part. Be engaging with us on social media. Be engaging with our sponsors and friends of the show. That's how you win. Leave us feedback on iTunes or the podcasting app that you're listening to us on. You never know where we're going to go and we're going to pick winners or how we're going to do it. Unless we give you specific details like I've done in the past 10 episodes on these giveaways. So that's all I got for you guys right now. Let's get into these interviews. Enjoy them. Show our sponsors some love. And I'll be engaging with you guys on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and emails. Enjoy. All right, lead heads, we are back. And our next guest joins us from no stranger to the shows. We have Maxim Defense. But we do have a new guy on the show from Maxim. We've got David Larson joining us.
How you doing? Thank you very much.
David. David, you're the Vice President of Sales and Marketing.
Yes.
So welcome in.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Leadhead Brigade.
Love it. Love it. It's a great name.
Michael's been on a couple of times, so our listeners are familiar with Maxim and what you guys got going on. But here at the show, you guys brought a couple of new offerings and really cool things that you guys want to hear about. New guns that Maxim has. They've got their own line of rifles now, pistols, and that's one we're going to talk about now. And it's the PDX.
The PDX, yep.
So tell us about the PDX, David.
Yeah, we first launched the PDX at SHOT Show.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our first, coming out with the gun. This is the second time we've actually been able to get it out in front of the media, and we've been traveling around with it a little bit. But for those that don't know the PDX, haven't heard about it, it's our first entry into the weapons market. The PDX is 18 3/4 inches in overall length.
Mm-hmm.
So it has a
overall length, guys.
Yeah, it's a shorty. It's definitely a shorty.
It is. It's definitely short. Talk about the thought process that went in to designing this.
Maxim started
firearm.
Accessories with the really the stock side. So we kind of call it the tail. We developed a SCW stock, for the market in our accessory lines, and then from there, we kind of always wanted to get into the weapons and firearms business because most of the guys have come from that that industry. But we knew we had to get something correct, and that's really where everything started. The genesis was from the SCW. And then last year, about July timeframe, SOCOM put out a submission for a sub-19 9mm.
Okay.
And we said, hey, we've got the SCW, so let's go ahead and start to pull all this together. And once we started to miniaturize the AR platform, that's really where the PDX was born from. Was from that initial submission. Michael had always had prototypes and a few things around. So our CEO, the owner, Michael Winfeld, has been kind of pushing us in this direction from a company.
Right.
And that's where everything started.
And I knew he'd been working on this for a while, because last year when he was here, he actually had the prototype here.
Yeah.
And he was showing it just to a select few. And I got to see it, and I was like, "Wow, that's going to be awesome, man!" So.
Yeah, it's still in white format, so it was basically just a bunch of aluminum that had been pulled together.
Yeah, but basically what you did is you developed a firearm around a stock system.
Right.
It was just pretty interesting. We got some side wind hitting us here. Got the doors open at the lead quarters. But that's you don't really hear about that. But you guys really took off with it through this government opportunity to have a government contract.
Right. That launched the first platform, and then from there we sort of started to mess around, and we came up with knowing that when you have a 5.5-inch barrel, there's more that has to be done to the gun. So that's when we really got into development. We needed to have something that could help us take the height from a 5.5-inch barrel and really push that down range. And then we started working on what we call, and we have on the market now, which is called the hate brake.
The hate brake.
It lets the people that are around you, beside you, understand that you can actually shoot a 5.5-inch without losing your teeth.
Right. Yeah. And I got to shoot this thing too, and it shoots really nice. And as your range mates appreciate that brake that's on there. Trust me.
It's interesting. It also the technology helps with when we go short. We need to make sure that we focus on the cycling of the weapon for reliability.
The gas system and time and everything's crucial.
So it actually builds up a little back pressure in the hate brake, and we have a proprietary gas block that we're using. So with the hate brake on the front, which we project everything percussion downrange, in unison with the gas block, and then the SCW stock is really the meat and potatoes of the PDX. That's what's allowed us to go that small.
Right.
The SCW, what we ended up doing is we actually have the BCG, and we integrate the buffer into the BCG. SCW collapse length on that stock is only 4 inches.
Oh, wow.
So by taking that buffer, and we offer different buffer weights because we do sell the SCW stock on its own, but we take that and we integrate it into the BCG, and now that allows us to really miniaturize.
Right. Now, through this government contract that you guys have, what requirements are they looking for their new PDWs?
Yeah, the requirement has been going short. Everything they've come to us and where we first started from was sub 19. So obviously duty built, looking for something that's going to be able to hold up under the pressures of what first responders and the operators are going to be looking for. So the overall weight of the gun and how we manufacture the gun, some people will lift it up and say it's a little bit heavy. But that also helps with the recoil, that helps with the ride, that helps when we get full auto. So
it's a little heavy.
Yeah, it feels like it's a little heavy. It's only 5 pounds.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all when I was shooting. I think heavy did not come to mind.
Okay, good. We had a few people like before they squeeze the trigger, it's like, oh, it's a little bit heavy. It's like when you start putting all of that together, it really helps.
Were these the girls that were shooting?
They could have.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I'm not being sexist. It's probably some of the guys too. Sissies.
So putting all that together, if you'll notice that one of the things that we've come out with in the past has been HK 416 rails. So we actually adopted that across the top. After the 9mm, then we started to look at 5.56 as one of the calibers. And, it was, let's figure out where we can go from there. So we expanded into saying, let's come up with the first 7.62 that hits the market and something that's small.
That's small, yeah, short.
So we directed a lot of our energy and attention towards the 7.62 by 39. So those are the two that we're launching, 2 calibers we're launching in the PDX that actually start shipping the end of April.
Okay. Now, is this what you're going to be offering the military also, or is that just going to strictly be the 9?
No, actually, all calibers will be offered through the military as well as the LE.
Now, I know they like the MP5 kind of size, and that's their sub gun. But I mean, this is like sub gun.
Right.
Is it too short?
Well, can you ever go too short? Right.
I don't know. I don't know. That's the question.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of.
I mean, then you just get into basically, just go back to your handgun.
Well, so the LE that we've been talking to, a couple things we're hearing back, and the feedback that we've gotten is, there are certain instances where they want to roll up, and let's say motorcade is the only people that can get through all the traffic to be the first responders. So our weapon actually fits in the saddlebag of a motorcade. So now we've got that opportunity to be able to provide them with on-site
shoulder
power.
fired.
Right.
Yeah, firearm.
The school protection officer, being able to walk around. We've had a lot of interest from the LE market around that, where it fits in a backpack. So now they're able to be in the schools, they're able to be walking around and not have to have something so scary, but yet be able to pack the power that they need at the time that they need it.
Right.
So, and also the going that short from a home protection truck gun, type of scenario is where we see a lot of excitement in the consumer market.
Yeah, I can see a lot of excitement building around this rifle, or this. I keep calling it a rifle. It's a pistol at this point, but it would be SBR. Obviously, if you went with the stock option that you guys. Now you have a brace option.
We do have a brace. The braces, the first production run braces just showed up. So here at Big 3, we're actually able to show it to people and get them to to interact with it and shoot it. So both of them will be shipping. We offer the weapon in a arid color as well as black in both calibers.
Arid is like a tan color.
It's, kind of a tannish, and we've got a couple of different things mixed up.
Cool. So joining us now, introduce yourself to the Leadhead Brigade.
Yeah, Gun Channels _ on Instagram, aka Marco. But I actually got a chance to shoot that Maxim pistol brace, and it is super smooth.
Great.
So it's cool to have that collapsible, stock feature with an actual brace, and not be forced to go SBR, because so much of the market isn't going SBR right now.
The trend is to do the brace type stuff now. 18 inches. The full length of this thing is 18 inches.
Collapsed,
give me your thoughts on that, Marco.
That's something that a lady could put in an oversized purse. Someone could rock in their backpack. Be on the go. Easy to conceal. Screw a truck gun. I mean, you could put that in most oversized glove boxes right there. So definitely
any kind of vehicle gun there. Like he was talking earlier, motorcycle, put it in your saddle. On your saddle.
Moped. Put it on your moped.
You put it in your moped. However, your bicycle. Well,
right.
People have things on their bicycle nowadays too. Now you're talking about your braces and your stocks. You sell those separately.
Yes.
That's separate options. You've got 3 different sizes that I saw out there. You may have more than that.
Yeah.
But you've got one that's like super tiny, small that could fit on a carbine platform.
Yeah, that's our SCW stock. That's the one that's on the PDX. We also sell that independently. Those are shipping now in a brace or SBR version. That's 4 inches collapsed.
Yeah. Now you need a special buffer for that, and you guys offer that as a package.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We ship the kit with the buffer and spring and BCG, because we have to take the buffer and integrate it into the BCG.
Yeah,
and that's what allows us to get the travel.
Yeah. But on your other ones, the normal your bulk carrier group and your buffer system works fine.
Yes, and well, the buffer system for us, our CQB line, which is kind of like the meat and potatoes for Maxim, where they've been around forever, playing in that market. We do have proprietary buffer and spring that goes along with that because of the overall length of the stock itself. We came out with this year what we call our CCS version, or carbine. So you can use your own buffer, your own spring. It's got a carbine length tube on it. So you can snap that onto a 308. You can put it on whatever you want if you want to run your own buffer and spring combination.
Yeah.
So we kind of offer all those different levels for the consumer.
Just a quick question. You said that with the proprietary buffer, I'm assuming like it's a 2-spring system, and the buffer's cut down shorter than a standard buffer.
So it's a little bit different. But what we did is we took it's a standard length buffer, but we shaved it down a little bit, and we drilled holes in the end of the BCG, and we shoved it up inside the BCG. So we still get the same length, but then we're able to capitalize on that extra inch of travel. So that's for the SCW. On the for our CQBs, then yes, it is a little bit different in length. They're tungsten on the inside. We offer a standard 3.3 ounce H1, H2, H3 as we go up in weight. So depending on how you want to gas your system and how you want to get the spring to interact with it.
Cool. So again, just to recap on the PDX, you guys offered 5.56, going with the 7.62x3.9.
Yep.
Which is very cool. Shot it also.
I did shoot the 7.62. It was really, really nice.
That hate break really, helped, unlike a crink, with that loud concussion killing your range mates there. It really projects it out and makes it a pleasure to shoot on the range.
Yeah, it lowers flash, so it'll reduce the flash, and the little bit of back pressure helps with the recoil as well. Mm-hmm. So the 5.56, the 7.62. If you're going to be at NRA, stop by. You'll see a little 300 blackout there as well. Same length.
Well, 300 blackout, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and we're planning on releasing that in the October timeframe.
Now, people go and look at this. You got pictures posted online.
Yep.
Social media type stuff. Give those out so they can go check this out.
So Maxim, www.maximdefense.com.
And that's MAXIM.
Correct. MaximDefense.com, and social, hit us up at Maxim Defense, all one word.
Now, are they going directly through you guys to get these now, or can they go to their local gun shops and pick these up? We're
carried by, the distributors are sending down to the dealers. So if you walk into into your dealer, hopefully they've got Maxim. If not,
ask them.
Ask them
to get it in.
Or if you want to hit us up on our website, we sell all the products through the website as well.
Are you carried by any large .coms that people would know out there?
Yeah, so Optics Planet carries our stuff. Rainier carries everything that we have. So you can pretty much
Can you get the hate brakes there and the braces and the stocks?
Yes, sir.
Pick all that up? Well, obviously, they can't get the firearms there, but...
Yeah, well, on Rainier they're selling the PDX.
Oh, okay.
So they do. They're selling both the SBRs and the braces. Optics Planet. Well, actually, we're going to talk with them about the PDX. We also offer just the upper itself.
Mm-hmm.
So Maxim has been very modular, and we need a stock to be able to fit on just about any AR that's out there. So we designed the upper and we designed the PDX to where you could actually take and just buy the upper and throw it on any standard mil-spec lower. So you can get that 5.5 inch. It's got the hate brake, the proprietary gas block. Really get that size.
Mm-hmm.
But you can use your own buffer, spring, BCG,
perfect,
and that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and then if you want to experience the really short with the SCW, we sell what's called a kit. And it has the upper, the SCW stock system, comes with a grip and a mag.
Do you want to discuss prices on this or not?
Yeah. So the PDX MSRP is $22.99. The PDX kit, which is the upper and the SCW stock, and it comes with the mag and the grip. Mm-hmm. That's MSRP of $17.99.
Okay.
And just the upper alone by itself is $12.99 MSRP.
Oh, not bad at all.
And that's 5.5 inch.
The 5.5 inch.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So what optics do you recommend around? Just pretty much any standard red dot?
Yeah, standard red dot. We've got today we've got Trijicons on there.
Anybody running irons?
Yeah,
pretty much any irons.
We pretty much put everything on there. From a testing perspective, a lot of personal preference of what you want to, what you want. It has the HK 416 style height rail.
Okay.
So you pretty much can find anything. There's nothing proprietary. It's got the M slots and the Picatinny going across. So you're pretty good to go.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to ask. Is when you were talking about for the government the contract. What kind of accuracy are we getting at these, and at what ranges?
Yeah, so we're getting an MOA at 300. So guys are hitting. I couldn't do that because you can see I'm wearing bifocals. So I'm not going to be able to hit what some of these guys can hit. But go out to the range, and we've got Joe out there, and he can show you how this thing is really good at the longer ranges. So on the 5.56. So from a velocity perspective, we just did a whole bunch of velocity testing, and we're continuing to do more. 5.56 is 1929 currently.
Okay.
So pretty respectable at a 5.5 inch barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And the 7.62 is 1772. I know that was one of the questions a lot we've been hearing in social is when are you guys coming out with your velocities and ballistics and all these other things. So we're starting to roll it. We're starting to roll it. So as we test more ammunition, and we get things rolling, then we'll be excited to be announcing new numbers.
Is there a 50 BMG in our in our future? For
You know,
a 5-inch.
We talked about that yesterday.
Did you really?
Hey, I'll tell you, our owner Michael, you put the gauntlet in front of him, and I think he'll be showing it next year.
I'm sure he's probably got some plans or something in the works on it already.
Big hate break on the end, but
Knowing
it'll take
him.
the hate away.
Well, David, thank you so much for taking the time to be
This
on.
is excellent. Really appreciate it.
Guys, check them out. Maxim Defense, Maxim Defense. And you just go to their website. It's maximdefense.com.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate
Very
that.
cool.
Appreciate
Thank
the
you.
opportunity to talk about our product.
Look forward to talking about that 300 when it comes out too.
Yeah,
Yeah, can't wait to
we'll,
see that.
Yeah, we'll definitely be
NRA.
hitting you guys up.
Yeah,
way.
NRA.
Yeah,
Everyone can see it then.
Yeah.
Everyone was going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody go to NRA. You check it out.
Yep, we'll preview it there, and then the goal is to ship in October.
Can't shoot it there, but you can look at it.
Yep,
Very
it'll
good.
be fun.
I mean, I guess you could shoot it there, but
Yeah,
go to jail.
yeah, and
You, might go to jail.
It'll be the last thing you shoot.
Yeah.
Or the gas block, and you just throw one other thing out there. The gas block we're working on actually allow you to shoot supers and subs without having to make any adjustment at all.
Really?
So one mag to the next, and she rolls.
Nice.
And that's
So-
coming out, and that'll be displayed at NRA as well, or that's future?
It'll be. When my fingers are crossed. As I said, this is a preview, not necessarily the.
We're not
launch
going to
of
hold
it.
you to it. Yeah.
But that's what we're shooting for, and that's what we're seeing. So we've been going through some great testing, lots of great results coming out. I mean, that platform, you put the hate brake and the SCW on it, and there's a lot that can be done with your builds.
Right. Very cool. Excited, man. Can't wait to have you guys back on to hear
appreciate that.
the next thing that you're going to be bringing to market.
Yep.
Innovators here, guys. You know we do that here on the Talking Lead podcast. We get the best innovators on the show.
Maxim definitely innovates.
They
Big time.
fall into that category, no doubt.
Thank you.
So thanks for taking time, David.
Yep. You guys have a great day. Enjoy the show.
You can hang out with us. We're going to talk with Marco now.
Oh,
You guys want to come join us now? Yeah, come on. Come join us. Have a seat, Sobe. Is your mic up there?
All right.
How'd that sound now, baby? It's like Barry White. Shit. Turn your mic on, Sobe. Shit. First time you ever been on the radio?
Yeah.
God damn.
The only time.
This is the only time. Might be the last.
Get a knock on my door when I get home.
First time might be the last. Yeah, let's see if you remember everything.
Welcome back.
You like that red one, don't you?
Yeah.
Red on the head, like the wee wee of a big old dog.
I got this big mutt down here that I got to put on the corner. So
All right, so guys, joining us again, we've got John.
Hello, everybody.
I don't know if you want me to give your last name or not. So
I don't care.
It's up to you. So
If they want to come knocking, they can come knocking.
And you guys heard him earlier when we had CJ on and Schwell, and he promised to bring a buddy by to tell more CJ stories.
Yeah.
And here he is. We got Sobe,
Hey, what's up?
the infamous Sobe. So you get a little bit closer,
All right.
and you'll hear yourself in the headset when it sounds
All right. Okay, there we go.
like good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Marco's joining us too. We still got Marco here.
How's it going?
Did you turn yours
Checking in.
back on?
Yeah, no,
Good
I'm
deal.
back on.
Good deal. So, I mean, where do we start? We're wanting some good
Ooh.
stories, some good CJ stories.
Yeah, I came right in just at a good time.
So,
Where should he start?
Oh, I don't know. I would probably say
So, how did y'all meet? Where's the first time you met CJ? Can you remember that?
oh,
probably a
It
motor
would've
puller
been-
gunnery range, right?
yeah, probably gunnery.
Yeah.
It would have been gunnery.
We were in the same troop,
Yeah.
Charlie Troop 37 Cav, and obviously he's a pretty outspoken person. So Sobe was always in 3rd Platoon, and I think he was there even before I got there. And I got there, and I was a senior scout, which was the same position Dillard was initially filling over there in 1st Platoon.
Dillard.
Dillard, yeah. I should probably stop that.
No,
I don't know.
that's fine. Yeah, you call him what you call it. That's good. I like that.
But yeah,
That's perfect.
he was always really good at what he did, and a little outspoken. So
Yeah.
The little ass, you're
yeah,
sugarcoating it, man.
No, he's not.
So they were telling us some stories earlier about being over there in Iraq.
Yeah.
And the big 40 tanks, 44 tanks. Were you part of that?
I was in the back of his vehicle for
yeah.
it.
Okay, so you guys were in
Yeah.
the same one.
So after we crossed the berm, my driver fell asleep and ran into the back of his vehicle So
what he
It
said,
happens.
yeah.
So he got my vehicle, and his vehicle that was ruined got left back in a
Parted out.
Yeah,
stripped down to
it
nothing.
got stripped. It was horrible. We were sitting there while it was being towed to a collection point of all damaged vehicles. People were coming up and ripping off every piece of metal they could on their Bradley, to mount on the side of a Humvee so that it had more armor.
You get more armor.
Yeah.
They're just cannibalizing it. Huh?
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
I don't think I had a road wheel by the time it made it
No.
wherever it was going.
We even had someone come back and take the whole gun.
Are you serious? What
Yeah.
did they do with that?
Well, when
they
things go
mount
down
that
in
on.
combat, then they,
Get an extra.
scavenge it and put it, replace their part or whatever.
Yep.
Because there are a lot of parts that, just like an engine, take a water pump off here and put it on the, make that thing work. And
Yep.
Right.
same thing with the Bushmaster on the Bradley there. So, yep, they used it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, the funny thing is we tried to limp it along as far as we could, and
Yeah.
I think I told a little bit of that story. But my dismount was sitting in the back of the vehicle with fuel up to his knees, and he wasn't saying anything. He was a little bit intimidated by me, I guess.
Is that what it was?
I don't
guess
know what
it
it was, but I opened up the back door and fuel just poured out, and I said, "What the hell's going on here, guy?" Oh well, So
We weren't on fire, so
yeah.
Yeah.
didn't want to say anything.
So we did what we had to do, and we doubled up on the crew, and
Yep.
kind of worked out good because then we, doing long scans of our sector, we could divide it up, and he do half and I do half. And
You should have started smoking a cigarette to, really scare the guy.
yeah,
Start ashing his way, like,
yeah. So
Yeah.
So I want to hear some CJ stories.
CJ
I'm getting you
stories.
warmed up. This has got to lead to a
All right,
CJ
so-
story here. Come on.
Do you tell them about the river mission?
no, I wasn't real involved with it. I think I was just getting ready to go on leave when it really happened.
man.
So you go ahead with that one.
So we had a river mission where we had to go up there was an island in the middle of the Euphrates River, and they thought that they were using the insurgents were using as a cache for IEDs, and so we
Right.
had to go up and clear this, and they were using some heavy metal boats from the engineers came down and used some heavy metal boats. We could get the dinghies in from the side easy,
Right.
but we had to go way down the river, like 5 Ks down the river, to actually launch these boats to get them up, and that was the closest we could get. So you got this boat going up the middle of the Euphrates with a bunch of soldiers and a few engineers.
Didn't stick out at all.
Oh no, not at all.
Cav
Not at
scouts
all.
and tankers that have never been in a boat before, let alone with all their gear and
So,
Feeling a little out
Yeah.
of place, right?
so it goes up the river. They make it to the island, do a recon of the island real quick. It's timing the route, how long it's going to take them. And on the way back, of course, everybody that saw them on the way up is now sitting outside, practically sitting on a lawn chair drinking a beer and waiting for them to come back. Because they know if they went one way, there's only one way to get
Right.
back out.
Is the only way to get out.
So as soon as they're on the way back, they start getting shot up.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, they were
Holy
getting
shit.
lit up, and they had Apaches were nearby on station, and they came by. CJ called up one of the Apaches. He's like, "Hey," he calls his call sign. He's like, "Hey, you're being shot at by a guy with the AK," and he tells him the direction. He's like, "He's what?" And you see the Apache flip around and just strafes by him 1-inch rockets. He was gone.
Holy shit.
Yeah, gone.
Clearing out the parade, huh?
Oh yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah. That boat got riddled full of holes.
I can't believe CJ was that polite over the radio, though.
Oh, he was.
It's calm under
He
fire.
was. He was. He was really calm under fire. He
That's
was.
what you want, man.
Oh yeah. Remember when we were doing emplacing the voting points?
Oh yeah, that's pretty stressful right there.
Yeah.
Surrounded by a bunch of people you don't want to be surrounded by.
Yep.
So
That was the first time I got blown up.
Do you want to talk about that?
Oh, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
So we had a mission. We had to go down and place T barriers around the cities to make sure vehicles couldn't drive in during the voting. No
Right.
vehicles were allowed in because they didn't want any VBIEDs going off. So after we get it down and placed, we're on our way back, and I don't know what it was about that spot where the building was where you zeroed your 50 cal.
Mhm.
They just loved blowing us up right there. I don't know what it was. It started
Just
off
a
with
hot spot.
It started off with my vehicle trying to blow it up first, and it was my birthday. Go frickin' figure. So we're driving through,
Here's a
and next thing you
present.
know, boom! And I got a piece of shrapnel. It's like 13 inches long from that IED.
Oh, fuck, dude.
It is sharp. If I was to wrap the back end of it with a knife, you could hack anything up with it.
Did you keep that?
Oh yeah, I have it at home.
You got it?
Yeah, they let me keep it.
You
Because
should make a blade out of that. That'd be sweet.
Should.
that would be badass. I know some people who can make them knives for you.
Yeah. We know some people.
All right, maybe I'll just link up with you guys. But so I got blown up on my birthday, and From then on, so it started off with the crater just on the right edge of the road. And by the time we left, that crater had grown to almost the whole width of the road.
Yeah.
Because they kept doing IEDs in the same spot. And not always just on us.
Well, I guess if they said if you're going to keep coming this way, we're going to keep putting the IEDs there, huh?
And it was the only route we could go through.
Yeah.
To get down to that area.
And they knew that.
Oh, yeah. But
we ended up catching one of them.
Is this during that election thing?
Yeah.
The election period? How long did that last?
About a month.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So you had to do that shit for a month.
Yeah.
A lot of it was overwatching routes and stuff, travel routes, and keeping them from trying to keep them from putting in the IEDs. But yeah, it was all associated with that leading up to the elections.
Right. And you guys were putting those blockades in, so you just funnel and they could only go one way. Now they did that shit too, didn't they? With their roads, they blocked the roads and
they'd use vehicles and stuff to block the roads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly what they would do is just pour gas in the road and then come back later because it would just melt the asphalt.
Yeah. And they could
just fuck the roads up.
You could just dig it out with a shovel like you were digging up sand. So they'd do that. And
I got a good story.
What's that one?
No,
let's
come back to it because I can't remember all the details. It's going to take me a second.
All right, so,
you get a rewind.
Yeah.
So the first IED was on my birthday, but one night we were heading out to a checkpoint, and I remember because we were never attacked after a certain point on the river, never, and I shouldn't have said it. I looked at my driver, was like, all right, we're good here. Nothing ever happens after this. We drive around the corner, boom. This time I'm in my Humvee, and it blows up right next to me. I can't hear anything anymore.
Oh, shit.
I just grabbed the hand mic. I'm like, IED, and I can't hear anything, so we're driving, and I just tell the driver to stop. And right when we stop, I see rounds skip across the road in front of us. I was like, what?
So from behind?
From off to our right. There was a small river off to the right of us. I think it was the Euphrates also. And just at a different point in some field over there, they started trying to light us up from the right side. And CJ, he gets on the radio. He's like, he tells all gunners to orient that way, and they just start lighting up that whole side of the road over there. And there were some insurgents that were on our side of the road, and they were trying to get away, and they hopped in a boat, and they were trying to get away on the boat, and he took a 203 round shot.
What kind of boat was it?
It was like a rowboat, a small rowboat, and he took a 203
oversized
round.
canoes.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, why even bother?
I guess they thought it was their Great X-Field plan.
You might as well swim it.
Yeah.
They planned this out for months. We're going to hit them here, and we're going to jump in a rowboat.
Yeah, and so he sees him going. He grabs a 203, loads it into. He grabs his driver, 203, loads the round in there and launches it and just blows it up right in the river. And then Apaches were 5 minutes away. They got called in, and it was pretty cool.
But they cleared the path, no doubt.
I think I got a good one summed up, but has to do with Balad when the Air Force was losing about a Humvee a day. They were securing their airfield.
I remember this one. I was telling some guys on the range.
About a month after the invasion, we had a lot of downtime for that first month after the initial war was over.
Yeah.
And they were losing a Humvee at night. Of course, they were driving the perimeter in white lights and everything, and they called our troop up there, and we were to secure the airfield. And so what we did was we stacked all the crews. We had the main vehicle commanders, and Sobey was in it, and Johnson was the lead vehicle, and I was the trail vehicle, the two senior scouts, and then they filled everybody with the commander, first sergeant, all the platoon sergeants and platoon leaders. And first night out, and we were complete blackout in our Bradleys, and they'd never seen Bradleys in that area before. And Johnson had spotted a machine gun team and an RPG. It was about 5 personnel. Yeah. And they were about 100 yards off the road, and he reports it, and the commander gives a platoon fire command for 6 Bradleys at my command.
Oh, my God.
Everybody traverses and lights these guys up at once. And
it was like they couldn't even. They didn't know we had thermal. They didn't know.
They didn't know we could see them. They didn't even know what
they
were. They just heard the vehicles because
they thought they were invisible.
Yeah.
And so I had two of them crawling off in a ditch, and my gunner had the Bradley's real sensitive to having to release the tension on the gears, the feed gears, otherwise it'll jam up after about 5 rounds. And he had cleaned the rounds or something that afternoon and didn't release the tension. And so we had a malfunction. Well, he said, "Can I shoot him with coax?" I said, "Send it." he gets about 5 rounds off, and the dust had jammed up the coax, and he said, let me shoot a toe, let me shoot a toe. So I said, fuck it, raise the toe, and he raises the toe missile, and he said, I got him, and I said, send it, and he said, on the way. And when a toe goes off, it's a big explosion to launch the rocket, and then the propulsion system of the rocket kicks in, and it's guided from there.
All right.
So
it doesn't blow up in their face when it.
Yeah, so
Right.
it's something so it doesn't mess up the tracking system completely when it comes out of the chute. Yeah. And so it gets the body, it just disintegrates, and there's another, I don't know if it was a chicken or the other guy that was crawling around, because we have thermals on our Bradley, and the commander comes on the radio, who's hit, and we had a reporter that was on the vehicle 2 or 3 adjacent to us, and we were in a line. Yeah. And the commander said, who's hit? And I said, it was me. I fired a rocket. He said, God damn it, next time let me know when you're going to do that. And I said, Roger, on the way, and sent the second missile. So we get back to the base camp, and, well, let me back up a little bit. Yeah. The higher command was like, who you shooting at, what you shooting, we want you to bring bodies back. There ain't nothing but parts down here. Yeah. And so they bring them back anyway.
Missed.
So we found the biggest piece of a body we could find, and it was like half a person. And put it in a body bag and strapped it to the front of CJ's vehicle, and he's the first one into the gate. And a couple of Air Force chicks out there, and what you got in the bag? It's a body. And his gunner had picked up a hand that had a watch on it, because he thought it was cool, because it was a hand with a watch and nothing else. And he said, instead of taking the watch off, he just kept the whole thing, right? And,
right.
I don't know if I should be telling all this, but
actually tell it, because he's already told this story. So. Yeah, I want to hear your version of it.
So they go back and forth for like 5 minutes, and we're like, we just want to get the fuck in the gate, he's going back and forth with this cute little Air Force chick, and finally, he goes, you guys pretty busy out here? And she goes, yeah, we're pretty busy. He goes, could you use a hand? And yeah, we could use a hand. And he throws a hand down, and she runs screaming him off. And, well, the next day, we're the talk of the town, right? And they're bringing us care packages from all their people that went home early. And we're like,
they loved us.
New Kings on the Mountain, but they loved us after that.
They loved John.
That was the best.
They loved John after that one, because they stopped getting ambushed.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
That was the end of that.
A hand?
Yeah, you need a hand, and
there it is.
Yeah, she's probably still suffering from that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, he's told us that story before, but it's a good one.
And then the next day, the Sergeant Major came by. Yeah, I heard you were shooting
shooting
troops with a missile, shaking his hand and smiling at the same time. So kind of like, don't do that again. Yeah,
right.
So it worked out. We didn't have a problem in that area anymore.
No, we didn't.
So
yeah, that was a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we talked about what you're doing nowadays. You're working out on the range. Mm-hmm. What are you doing nowadays?
I'm going back to school to be an electrical engineer.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Dope. That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Hey, we're hiring electricians at Fort Stewart.
Look here. Just got you hired, man.
There you go.
So how long have you been in school? Back in school?
2 years.
2 years?
2 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long does that take to go through the electrical?
4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm halfway there.
Very good. Are you going to one of the local universities here?
Yeah, I'm from Utah, so I'm going.
Oh, you're in Utah.
Yeah, I'm going to Utah State University.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gun companies in Utah.
There are.
Yeah.
A lot of firearm companies.
Proof Research, I think, is one of them.
I think so. Yeah, I think they're one of them. God, I can't think of all of them right now. What's the one? Cobalt Kinetics. I think they're out of Utah. I don't know. I've had several. Everybody runs together after a while, but yeah. I mean,
maybe I should just link up with them.
Well, I mean, they need electrical engineers, I'm sure, up there too. But is there a certain industry or something you're wanting to get into?
No. So the
sign off. Marco's got to go.
Sorry, guys. I got to take off. But thanks for having me on the show.
Give your social medias and YouTube and everything.
I'm not old enough to have a Facebook, so you can only find me on Instagram. That's at gunchannels_ on Instagram. And thanks for having me on.
All right, buddy. Appreciate
it. You gonna be out here shooting?
Yeah.
I'll be out there.
You guys.
All right. Great meeting you.
Meet you too.
Yep.
So Marco's out. Can't get his input anymore. I was waiting for you to ask some questions, man.
Bro, like you think I'm gonna interrupt? Some like these awesome stories.
I know. I'm just sitting here and all listening. Like, this is cool shit. But we were talking about the industry that you're.
Yeah. So when I got out, I wanted to be an electrician, just straight up electrician or a carpenter. Pick a trade skill, because the projected future for trade skill jobs is phenomenal. They say that in the next 20 years, more than half of them will be gone because nobody wants to do it. They want to do something more productive. They want to be a CEO. They want to be a manager or something. Nobody wants to be a plumber. Nobody wants to be a carpenter. Nobody wants to be an electrician. So, although, electricians are always, computer guys are always going to be needed, but so are the trade skills.
But that market gets saturated like anything else.
It does.
And as people are leaving that,
Yeah.
then they become higher demand. And guess what goes up when you're in higher demand?
Yeah.
Pay.
Pay.
Yeah.
And so the trade skills.
And people that want to work.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
That's true. And so I wanted to do that. And the VA, this vocational rehab program, said no. They weren't going to pay for it because my shoulder's already bad, my back's bad, my knees are shot, and I wouldn't even make it through journeyman, and they'd have to retrain me for something else. And they said no to everything. I even asked if I could be a sheriff or highway patrol or something. They said, nope, we're not going to let you do it. Like, great, thanks.
Just no evaluation at all. Just nope.
Yeah, just no.
Just based on your
based on
your file.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
So they said no, and so I looked at a list of things that were available because I had to take a test for what I would match up with. And a mechanical engineer was there. And so I started out doing that, but then they got to the part where I had to do material analysis, the breaking point, the bending point, flex point, all that wonderful stuff. How far can it flex and be able to come back to its original position before it won't come back? And I was not interested in that. So I was like, I'm not doing this. And I changed
Doesn't
to
interest me.
electrical. Yeah. I changed to electrical because I wanted to be an electrician, so that's the closest I could get, and so that's what I want to do.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you wanting to do your own business, start your own thing, or?
I might go work for one of the contractors up at Hill Air Force Base in Utah.
I know they could use a lot of electrician work around here. At this place, maybe CJ will have a job for you. I don't know. They need some work.
Yeah.
So you guys have been out at the range. You've been shooting.
Oh yeah,
Some stuff. What's caught your eye?
So they got the shotgun today, the auto shotgun, working today. I can't remember who makes it.
The Arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they got it working today. They found out they had to use a full 3-inch slug on it, and I got to be the first one to shoot that, and my shoulder still hurts.
Kick like a mule, huh?
Oh hell yeah! So
what are those? How many rounds is that magazine? It was like
5
or 8, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think the magazine he had was like a 5-round mag, and it was shooting slugs and kicking my ass.
Talk about releasing some hate.
Oh yeah, exactly. you release hate with that thing. And
was it shooting slugs?
Yeah, shooting slugs.
How'd that sound on the steel?
It sounded good. It sounded really good.
I was gonna say, could you hear it after the ringing in your ears?
You could still hear it. It was good.
It was a definite impact. Ding.
Oh, yeah. It was definite. And
so that made an impression on you today.
Oh yeah, in 2 ways.
In 2 ways. More
my shoulder and psychological.
Literally and physically. Yeah. Yep. What about you, John?
Well, I do a lot of build and PRS shooting stuff. So the thing that really the innovative products that Maxim has out, the shorter buffer bolt carrier group that they have going on. That's the kind of stuff I like to look at here. I'm a tech guy, so
yeah.
I like seeing all those new products that I haven't seen yet.
Yeah,
I love anything yet. But that's
I love innovation. I love to see companies that are out there trying different new things, stuff we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for some people to come on board with ammo, because I work at range control, and
What kind of ammo are you looking for?
I'm looking for somebody to come out with a tungsten core instead of a steel core, because I think the Army contract, they're paying $13 a round for 7.62 that's environmentally friendly. And it's steel tipped, and it's 139 grain. And I know
what makes it environmentally friendly.
It has a steel tip, and it's the rest of it's copper. It's got so it doesn't have lead. People the shoot houses we have, for example, they have to be cleared of the lead.
Yeah.
So that becomes a big expense for facilities down the road, and for them to say, okay, now we have an environmentally friendly round.
Yeah. Now
to me, that's bullcrap. But if you take it something when it weighs 139
are we sure
grams,
that copper is environmentally friendly and tungsten is do we know that?
Yeah, well, I think it's an instrument for death anyways. And I don't know what. I think we should go with what performs best. But we do know that tungsten's more dense and heavier, so it carries better, and that's what I look at as the aspect of how well it can shoot downrange. And
is it as plentiful as lead?
Oh, absolutely not, and it's a lot more expensive. But
right.
I think it's cheaper than the $13 price point because we're lining some lobbyists' pockets.
Right.
But I'm
Which
waiting
is
for the
normal.
PRS and regular gun community to get in on board and break all these long range records by having innovative ammunition, and that's what I'm hoping to see in the future.
Yeah. So speaking of that, Charlie Melton, you know him?
I'm not sure if he's the gentleman I talked to earlier or not.
No, he's not here this year. He was here last year.
I've heard the name.
Yeah, so he's former Navy SEAL sniper.
Okay.
He trained Chris Kyle, Marcus Luttrell.
Yeah, I got you.
He's like 6'4", 5 or 6. So, I mean, he's a giant.
6 foot giant.
I mean, after you get like 6 feet, everybody's just a giant to me. So
Yeah.
But I mean, not somebody you look at and go, he's a sniper, because you don't think somebody like that's going to be a sniper. But I mean, Chris Kyle was tall, right?
Yeah, he
was a tall guy. Marcus Luttrell's tall. So apparently, there's a pattern there with their snipers. I don't know what it is, but anyway, he's going next month. This is in April. 7,000 yards.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's gonna shoot some steel.
Not with a steel bullet though.
From 7,000 yards. It's going to be a modified Shy-Tac round. It's called a Tejas.
Mm-hmm.
It's designed by Brad Stair at Performance Rifles, and of course he's got the whole rifles to go with it too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's super. I don't know how many. It's probably as long as Charlie is.
They're going to do a podcast and then give away the rifle after he makes the shot.
I don't know if he's going to give away the rifle, but we're planning on trying to be there, and
that'd be awesome.
They're going to televise it. But no, I mean the ranges are getting ridiculous now.
Oh, I know.
And at some point, the traditional ammo is not going to.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that's
not
where a lot of
gonna do it.
innovation is lacking right now. Well, it's not lacking because people are doing it, but
Yeah.
it's not out there on a big scale. So.
Yeah, and that's because a lot of people. Because I mean, who shoots 7,000 yards? It's just not a big thing for it. It's like Evel Knievel jumping the Grand Canyon. He proved it could be done, but has anybody else done it? And why would they want to do it? And
exactly.
That kind of thing. It's just cool shit to know that as humans we can perform things like that. You know?
Put that man on the moon.
But I'm with you as people try. That's where our innovation comes. Is people wanting to accomplish the unaccomplishable and what's perceived.
That's what
to
made
be,
America great, right?
It's what makes humans great.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you get people from all over the world that try these things, and we all benefit from it.
Exactly.
From the technology and whatnot. And we got a little wind. It's all right. A little wind. It adds to the ambiance for our listening audience. It makes them feel like they're actually here with us.
There you go.
There you go.
So, but yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm really anxious to see where ammunition's going to take us now, especially with the restrictions that they're trying to put on it nowadays, and that always leads to innovation. People want to. That's where we came up with the braces for for our rifles.
Yeah, exactly.
So
make lemonade out of lemons.
Right.
Exactly.
But if they would just quit putting these limitations on us, we would excel more.
Ridiculous ones too, like a bayonet lug. When was the last time you saw someone doing a bayonet charge in a city for a mass stabbing?
No.
Never.
No.
I think. Wait, no. Civil War.
The Civil War.
So yeah.
Or Africa. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not something that's done, but you can't have a bayonet lug.
Can't have it. No, it's banned. But their argument is that's why you don't see mass murders with bayonets.
Well,
Bull.
It is bull. It is a complete bull. But we are of like-minded individuals, and we're preaching to the choir.
This is true.
But we have to get the word out to educate those that are.
Yeah.
Like I like to say here, we leducate the uneducated.
there you go.
Yeah.
On Talking Lead.
Yeah.
But it's great to have you guys on. Thank you for taking the time,
Yeah. No problem.
sharing your stories.
It's been fun.
Those are fun stories. We like fun stories, especially if it's going to be busting on one of our friends. CJ.
I got one.
Someone can always
I was
use a
going to
hand.
say, I'm trying to milk for more here.
Okay, I got one. This one isn't a combat one, so this is
That's fine. It
this
could be
is
just
before we left.
It could be just sitting in a restaurant story.
So when we went in for the invasion, we were just wearing the regular flak vest, and when we went back the second time in 03 or in 05, we had interceptor vests on, and they had you could actually put plates in them, and we're in the front of the troop area. And I just walked in, and he's like, "Hey, Selby, come here." I was like, "All right." I come over. He's like, "Here, put this on real quick." Brand new interceptor vest. Like, all right, yeah. I put it on. He straps me in. He's like, "Yeah." So anyways, like I was saying, bullets and this and that can't go through it. And I didn't know it. In his right hand, he had a Gerber silver trident.
No.
Yeah, and I didn't know. And he goes, yeah, but it'll stop. And he just swings over and stabs it right in my chest. And it was so fast, my life did not flash before my eyes. I just saw a knife sticking out of the vest.
You're like, what the hell?
Yeah. And so I was
Glad that worked.
Yeah, me too. I was very glad that worked.
You involuntarily volunteered to
Exactly.
test it. He wanted to see if it worked.
Yeah, he knew it worked, but
I know.
And they were getting in an argument about how it wouldn't stop things,
but did he really know that it?
Oh, with CJ knows. He knows. I guarantee you, he had an extra vest and he was back plinking on that thing to see what kind of stuff it wouldn't and would stop.
Did he have a room full of people when he did it though?
Oh, he had the commander, the first sergeant, all the lieutenants, and some of the platoon sergeants.
All right, I want to see if they had a bet whether you'd shit your pants or not.
No, I don't think they did. He was just they were in an argument that it wouldn't stop large objects. And he's like, yeah, it will. And sure enough, I walked by it at the wrong time. So,
that's classic.
Yeah.
You got another one you want to throw out there before we sign off here?
No, I mean, nah.
We'll save it for we'll save it for another day.
Show.
Yeah. You can see a lot of his stuff in the book, though.
So
let me ask you. I've got a line of questions that I ask my new guest on the show.
All right.
So I'm gonna hit you guys with the new guy questions.
Yeah.
So what's your earliest recollection of shooting a gun? How old were you and what was it?
I was 8, and it was a .22 long rifle with my dad.
Hunting or just out plinking?
Plinking on paper plates.
You still have that 22?
No. So a while later, my brother, he had some kind of chemical deficiency thing in his brain.
Mm-hmm.
And so he actually went crazy. He took the guns, threatened to kill everybody in the house, destroyed the whole house.
Did he kill people?
No, he didn't kill anybody.
Okay, all right. I was going to say, let's not record this.
He didn't kill anybody. But after that, my dad got rid of all of his guns, his .357 snub nose, his shotguns, his rifles, everything. He got rid of all of it. Sold it to some guy for really cheap. He didn't want guns in the house anymore.
Yeah.
And so that was my first experience. The next time I pulled the trigger was on an M16A1 in basic training. Which did you like better, the 22 or the... I'm just kidding. The 22, because I didn't have a drill sergeant yelling at me.
Making you shoot it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So what about now? What do you...
I only have.
What do you like to shoot?
I have one rifle right now, and it's a Savage 110 7mm Rem Mag.
Okay.
So...
Do a little hunting with that?
Yeah. Yep.
Very cool.
Because we have the nice big game up there. You got the
in
elk,
Utah, hell yeah.
mule deer. Yeah. You even have some moose up there, too.
It's good eating.
Oh, yeah. It is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of meat when you lay them down.
Fill a freezer up.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, John?
I shot a lot of air gun when I was, 10, 11 years old, and I think I got my first 22 when I was 14.
Where did you grow up?
Southern Indiana.
Okay.
And I still have the 22. I don't have my air gun, but I still got the
You still got your 22?
It's stripped down and just sitting in the closet, but it doesn't have the scope on it anymore. But, yeah, I used to do a lot of squirrel hunting with that thing. So.
I'll bet. Yeah. A lot of plinking.
Oh, yeah.
I started off with a 410.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, a 410 shot. We had the 22s and all that stuff, but the first one that I could call my own, I think it was like my 9th birthday or something like that. My dad got me a 410
Nice.
shotgun.
Nice.
Still have it.
Nice.
But I haven't shot it in probably 20 years.
Yeah.
It's just one of those that I just keep because it's, childhood
Oh, yeah.
memory.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, obviously, we've talked about you guys' service. Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
We won't talk any more about that, but that's my
Right.
next question, whether you were law enforcement, military, or something like that. So
Yeah.
we've got that one. Next one would be when it comes to pop culture, whether it's music, movie, TV show, magazine, whatever it may be, what's your go-to that's kind of like your release, your escape that, that you do for relaxation or enjoyment?
I do a lot of reloading for precision rifle shooting series,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll watch YouTube
Did I
videos.
show you this tool? Did you see
Is that
this?
a bullet puller? What is that?
Yeah, it's a bullet puller.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I thought it was a tuning fork when I saw it at first till you turned it over and I saw the numbers on it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Bud, ex-Steel Target guy, made that. So I'll let you talk to him about it. He's a big reloader also.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had some failed failures with the 224 Valkyrie. I got about 100 rounds. I got to pull a 22. I was wondering whether I should get one of those kinetic ones or what I need to get to get some of those damn bullets. But I watch a lot of YouTube just to try to find new products and people doing something different that I haven't thought about yet, or so I get a lot of my ideas there.
I do a lot of that when I'm in the middle of doing something. Like I had to freaking change out a kitchen sink.
Yeah.
My wife decided she wanted a new kitchen sink to go with the new appliances.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I had to install an oven, had to install a gas cooktop, had to install...
The whole 9 yards, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was doing a lot of YouTubing
Oh, yeah.
during the kitchen remodel, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was doing a lot of that work myself.
It's been really frustrating, a lot of the limitations have been placed on those guys here recently, because it's just reducing the content that's out there.
Well, and it's more our industry. It's more the firearms industry that they're really harping on and choking down, and that's what's bad about it.
Yeah, that's stifling information, which is...
It is, but again, you got to look at it's a privately owned company, and it's a service that you don't have to use if you don't want to, kind of thing.
Yep.
So the way I see it is some innovator in our industry hopefully will come out with. It's not going to be me. I'm not going to come out with the the gun tube or whatever it may be called.
Yeah.
That's a good one, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's already taken.
Yeah.
It's got to be already taken.
If it wasn't, someone's doing it now.
Right, yeah. They're jumping all over it.
Yep.
What about you, Sobe?
I've got 2 sports bikes. I had one of them completely changed over to a track bike only, so road course. And I used to do that. Something about going around the corner with your knee on the ground at 45 miles an hour.
It's just appealing, yeah. It's relaxing.
It actually was. It was relaxing to do that.
Yeah.
And even when I went down on the track in Putnam, and after I went down, the bike got ruined, but it snapped the handlebar off. Like great.
Gave you something to do the next weekend, right?
Yeah, the next few months.
There's your next few month project right there.
I had to replace the exhaust and everything went down on the right side.
Oh shit.
And but I was fine. And once I realized I was fine, then I started hitting the track harder and having a lot more fun.
There you go.
But now I've been having some memory problems, and so I won't get on my bike right now.
Okay.
But that's what I did.
Man's got to know his limitations.
Yeah.
So good job. When it comes to movies, what's your go-to movie? What do you like?
I don't really have a single go-to movie or anything, but
that's one you just watch over and over and over again.
I'm going to have to go with Fox and the Hound or something.
The Bambi. Yeah. Bambi, I just put one shot on loop. It's when he gets shot while jumping through the air. Yeah, no, I don't have a go-to movie.
So you like the action genre?
I do.
Like John Wick kind of movies, stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. I'd have to say my favorite movie of all time would be, my dad took me to see it when I was younger. It would be Firefox with Clint Eastwood.
Okay. Yeah, that's
old.
That is old. And I remember that movie.
Yeah.
They're hovering like over the water, and as they're flying real low, the water.
Yeah, it had that big rooster
tail.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was an amazing movie.
I hadn't thought about that one in a long time.
Yeah.
We've had other Clint Eastwood movies mentioned, but that's the first time that one's been mentioned. Yeah.
Yes, win.
Yeah, win for you. What about you?
I'd like the World War II movies, Fury, and the one with the British aviators. I can't even remember what that one was.
The British aviators.
Where they were.
I'm trying to think which one that is.
It was an American aviator that was flying with the British Royal Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. I just like that era. I think that was a greater generation than our generation.
So yeah. Like Saving Private Ryan. You like
all that stuff.
Yeah, I dig those kind of movies.
Yeah.
Full Metal Jacket.
No,
like that
not
one?
So much, but yeah,
I like that because of Gunny.
It's got a lot of Gunny.
Yeah,
a great guy.
Yeah.
So
that's a good one. So next one I have gotta have kind of bucket list thing. It's like I'm going to get that this next week or next month.
Mine changes every month after I do it. So.
Yeah. So what's your next one? What's coming up?
I'm working on a 1,000-yard 223 right now, and it's just kind of I shoot tactical class in PRS, and it just kind of intrigues me with the F class / PRS with the 223. So just flavor of the month.
So you're building that?
Yeah. I've got the barrel order on
What
it.
length?
It's a 24 1-in-7 with an R5 and from Excalibur, and I'm using a all JP handguards internals and one of the DPMS low pro uppers just because they're a lot heavier than most of the industry's uppers. Yeah, so that's my project right now. And
nice.
Everything should be in the next couple of weeks. So.
Okay. What about you?
I don't have a bucket list.
You're nothing that you're eyeing. You're like, hey, I'm gonna
No.
pick that up next chance I get.
No, I don't have a bucket list.
Okay.
No.
What about rules be damned, laws be damned, price be damned? What would you own?
A Ford Raptor Shelby edition.
Okay, that's more of a bucket list kind of thing, because that's obtainable. You know, you could get that.
No, that's money be damned.
That's true. But once you get that, once you get your electrician thing,
you'll be able to
get one of those. Yeah, get that. So
yeah,
think bigger.
Bigger?
Yeah, think bigger. Laws don't apply. Money doesn't apply.
Oh shit! What's that new? What's that grenade launcher that that has the range sensors on it, so you can shoot it and
around corners?
Yeah, you can shoot it, and right when it gets past the target, it blows up to go back into the wall.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I would take that.
Okay, there you go. Grenade launcher.
Yeah,
I think I need about 6,000 acres and would turn it into a big outdoor retreat for disabled veterans. Is what I would do.
Very cool.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Do some long range shooting on that, couldn't you?
Yep. Hunting, shooting, we do it all.
Hells yeah. A little four-wheeling.
There you go.
Dirt bike out there.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. If you could spend the day at the range with anyone, person or group of people, whether they're still living, dead, fictional,
yeah,
who would it be?
My dad.
Okay.
I haven't been able to shoot with my dad since I was 8. And I know he loves shooting, and he regrets that he got rid of his guns. And so I would definitely spend the day on the range with my dad.
Cool.
Yeah.
And he's still around, still with us?
Yeah, he is.
Perfect.
He's still there. So that'd be awesome.
You bring him out here next year. I'm sure you bring him out here anytime. You know.
Yeah.
You're always welcome out here. You know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, you could make that happen, man.
Yeah. I need to make that happen.
What about you, John?
I think it would be Carlos Hathcock, Larry Tubb, and Nancy Pelosi.
to change her mind?
Change her mind. Yeah,
okay.
To show her that recoil.
We'd have to win her over with love.
To show her that the recoil and the sound of steel on steel is more appealing than you think.
Right.
I'm all about that because I think you can win hippies and liberals over just by getting them on the range. So.
Getting hands on.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Don't argue with them. Educate them.
I think when people are educated and they realize that it's a tool that
Yeah. The best way to educate them is to show them.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if they're willing to do it.
Yeah.
And that's something that we preach on this show as well is take somebody to the range that's never been before. Make that like a monthly goal to take at least one person that's never shot a gun, take them out.
Yeah.
And do it in a safe manner, obviously.
Yeah.
And who is the Tubb? Who's the Tubb?
Larry Tubbs. He's probably the most renowned long range shooter that's still alive that I know of. He's just a legend in the sport.
Okay. And I know the
Carlos Hathcock.
Yeah. Is that the Rooster?
The White Feather. They had all kinds of nicknames for him.
Okay. Yeah. He's been mentioned a couple of times. Nancy Pelosi has never been mentioned. That's a good one. And I think the Tubbs guy has been mentioned before.
Yeah, he's
a couple of times. But very cool.
Yeah.
That's all the questions I got for you. Guys. Pass.
Appreciate it.
Oh, yay.
Yay.
I finally passed the test.
So that does it for another episode of the Talking Lead podcast, Leadheads. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you go to our Instagram, Facebook page, check all the updates. And don't forget to tune in next episode where our guest is going to be Jack Carr, former Navy SEAL and author of The Terminal List and his new book, True Believer. Until then, as always, Leadheads, keep your loved ones close and keep those firearms closer.